to the 5, 4, 3, 2, right?
That's pretty funny. Like I always laugh at that. What's up?
It brings a smile to my face every time.
What's up?
At least we
Smiling man.
come on smiling because it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's going well, man. I'm just for everybody out there watching. Like this is our second. We're keeping strong. It's February. We're 2 for 2 with our once a month live shows. um, you know, um, I hope some people join us. That's cool. If they don't, it's still fun to talk to you, just like normal. Got some things to talk about. Got some things to cover. We are having some technical issues here and there, but that's life and that's the internet. It's the world we live in, people. Sadly, but here's some funny. James, you got your water? Got your water bottle with you?
I got my water. My water bottle.
Didn't plan it, people. Didn't plan it. This is just I got water because I'm thirsty.
Got my water. Yes, sir.
But because it's late and
that was funny.
I have my official Krypton Report coffee mug. Tastes like crap. The coffee, not the mug. For some reason, I just can't seem to make good coffee anymore. Everything I make tastes like garbage. And I just want to throw this out there. This has nothing to do with the podcast, but I am personally like deeply offended because I feel like every episode we talk about and we praise how much we love Zoa. But ever since Zoa decided to shrink their cans from 16 ounce to 12 ounce, change their flavors and packaging, every store by me doesn't carry them anymore. And they've all been replaced by a different like energy drink. And I don't drink any other energy drink but Zoa.
Oh no.
So now I can only find Zoa at Sheetz where they're overly priced, or Walmart where they don't keep them in stock because people buy them. So me, Levi, friend of the show, and Austin, friend of the show, host of the Shazam cast, are all having the same issue. So Zoa, you've really let us down. I don't know if it's because they're trying to recoup some money from the loss of Black Adam or something. I don't know.
Oh no. That's horrible. I didn't get any. I was getting mine in a 12 pack at Costco, so I didn't get any yesterday when we went. I didn't need any energy drinks.
Yeah, because you just run on pure sunlight and sunshine. That smile. You probably got like I don't know, something in that beard that just keeps you pumping. But hey, for those turning in, let's properly introduce ourselves. I am.
Catches sunlight like the leaves do of trees.
Exactly. Just so everyone knows, there seems to be a little bit of a delay in our conversation, so we're going to work with that as best we can. So, hey, it's all new, it's all fun, it's all part of the show. The show must go on, right?
Yep.
So, I am Tyler, your host, the Superman of Blue, and this on my right left because it's reverse is James, the Superman of Red. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm here.
All right, so I got our news and reviews and everything, but we're gonna start with something simple. So we're gonna start with things that are just kind of up that I didn't even really realize. So I don't know if you remember this, but Greg Berlanti was working on another DC show. He was working on a version of the Dead Boy Detectives. And there was a post that the Dead Boy Detective series is moving away from HBO and is now going to Netflix.
Is it still being made? Is it going anywhere else?
Well, I mean, I'm curious because we have heard that DC was looking at selling projects to other places. Warner's was, and they have that relationship at Netflix with Sandman. So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. It was one of those things I forgot was even something. We also, so that's a thing. Let's talk a little bit about our other friend with the bolt of lightning on his chest for a minute. Shazam.
Shazam.
Shazam tickets are now on sale. They have gone on sale, and I feel like the marketing train is up high. But part of me, James, fears that Shazam's going to get lost in the marketing and just I have a bad feeling it's going to be a really good movie. It's not going to do really well at the box office because it's just going to get lost.
Mm. I mean, that'll be sad. I don't know. It's if the marketing push does well and it gets some general audience eyes in, if it's a good movie to the general audience like the first one was, like the first one got kind of shorted with its time in the theater there.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I have a bad feeling. Like Han Solo said, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and someone in every Star Wars movie. So we'll see. But I saw an advertisement for Shazam playing. Have you heard of these? The 270-degree theaters. Have you seen these advertised?
Oh, I did see a video of it of Shazam playing 270 degrees, like the dragon coming up, and it like
It's
yeah.
3 screens.
But the screens are separated too. It's not like it's one big panoramic screen.
I know, it was weird, and I was like, "Wow, that looked really cool." But the only theater in like the US is like in Kansas City. So,
Oh wow.
I'm like, "Oh, well, nah. All right."
They just fly down to Kansas.
Yeah. I was like, "Kids, we're gonna leave for the movies now. We're gonna start driving." But the Shazam theme song dropped, and I was pretty pumped to listen to it because I really liked Benjamin Wallfish, his score for the first Shazam, and he's been replaced as the composer. And this time, I'm pulling it up right now. It's Chris Beck, I think. Yeah, Christoph Beck. And it's not, I guess it's Christoph because there's no R at the end. And I listened to it in the car, and Jania's got really great speakers in her car. So I kind of waited all of us to listen to it in the car. And it was good, but it felt kind of weak. Like I'm a little disappointed in it.
Oh,
Like
really?
and it says, Shazam Fury of the Gods title theme. So I was expecting something, because I mean, no matter what you think about the Black
A
Adam
little
movie,
more grandiose. It's about the gods, It's Fury
yeah.
of the Gods.
All right, hey, we got Sean Stockhouse here. He says, "I hope Shazam is good. I really enjoyed the first film. Us too, man. Us too. Like, I love the first film. I sent James my
As well,
ranking.
yes.
It's in my top 5, and I just, like I said, I bet the film was going to be really good, but I bet it's just not going to get the box office it deserves. I not that that's what I want. That's not what I want at all. I just feel like we're in this weird marketplace now where we have people who are like
I hope
getting
it at
trained.
least doubles the first movie.
I want it to too, but my problem is this.
Break 400 or 500 million.
Look how many movies come out, like big movies in March, and people know it's going to hit HBO in 45 days. So I just feel like it might suffer that way. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But you have a big.
I hope you're wrong too.
Good. I do. The other thing that's kind of bothering me is today I got an email from DC Direct that there's all this new Shazam merchandise in their store on DC. Well, that's great. But I'm not seeing anything new on superherostuff.com. I'm not seeing anything in just like your Walmart or your Target. There's been no toys for Shazam. None. Only we got one McFarlane figure, but no, Spin Master toys for kids or nothing for Shazam. We got another comment up here. Let's see. Now that DC is rebooting, I don't know if any of these films will do that well, except maybe The Flash because of Keaton. and that movie means for reset. And that's a very, very possible comment. It could happen. So I don't know.
Yeah. The thing though is we as podcasters and people who look up this news, try and find this news out, we understand that the reboot is coming, and if the movie appeals to the general audience and it gets a good word of mouth, they're not going to know that the reset, like that this movie doesn't mean anything, that it may not, or it may not continue, or anything like that. They just know that perhaps they saw the first one and hopefully go to see the second one and it get a decent turnout compared to the first one.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I'm like I said, I'm hoping. I'm always positive, and I've learned that I don't even want to be negative to something else. And Sean here agrees with you. He says that's a good point. The normies probably have no idea the reset is coming. God bless you, normies, because you have money. Now, about the McFarlane figure, I sent you this picture. There could be a secret McFarlane figure coming for the movie. It looked like a leaked box for this character, and I double checked it with a previous figure's mold to kind of see if someone had just maybe done some cut and paste work, and it looks like it could be pretty legit. So this could be a spoiler, but a certain person who's already rumored to be in Shazam could be a McFarlane figure. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, I hope, we spoke about it before. I hope that's the case.
Yep, me too, because I need that person's figure. To go in my movie side collection. Let's see what else we got here. Okay.
Yeah, one figure missing from a particular movie. Movie line.
We have 4 posters that dropped for Shazam. Individual posters being Billy Shazam, and then the 3 female leads, like the 2 daughters of Atlas we know, and then the one they're trying to keep mysterious.
I think we saw the name of the character on the back of the Funko Pop.
Yeah,
thing, but I don't remember the name of the character. So it was Rachel Ziegler's character.
It's Anthea. And so
Anthea there. Yeah, it's got it on the poster.
Hespera is Helen Mirren, and then Calypso is Lucy Liu. And I had hoped that excuse me, that these the 3 were going to kind of be like the 3 like Greek mythology wizards, the weird sisters, the 3 witches type thing from Macbeth / Greek mythology and everything, sharing the one eye type thing. I was wondering if they were like an extension of that, cutting the cord. So, the Sisters of Fate and all that good stuff, but we'll see. Moving on. That's all I have for Shazam. Anything else you think Shazam wise?
I mean, the God's armor, I mean, it looks fairly reminiscent of like the Amazon's armor. Like takes some inspiration from that type. So maybe the same, but and then the Shazam suit looks good. So
yeah, it does. I mean, I look forward to seeing it in action. But moving on. So anybody out there watching
on the whole family?
Anybody out there watching The Flash? Raise your hand. The last season, the final run, Flash. Anybody? Hand raising. Hand. You out there in the front row. That'd be just you, James, because I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just gonna spoil this because I don't care. It's being leaked out there. There
I just
is
need to drop. I just need to drop.
when he said I just need to drop. I don't know if he was being facetious or he just dropped off the podcast like peace. Because there he is. He's back.
I need to drop.
Sean's watching.
Oh, Sean's raising his hand.
There's a little
yeah,
bit.
I just need to drop
a,
in on this last season.
I don't really know if there's anything from last season other than like just watch the last episode of last season. I think you'll be okay. There's a behind the scenes photo that got me really excited, and then this was on Grant or someone's Instagram. You know, and I think it was announced, but Teddy Sears is back as Zoom, and there's a behind the scenes photo of Savitar, Reverse Flash, Zoom, Godspeed, and then somebody else I won't say who. So I was like, that's pretty epic. Like, I hope they can pull this off really well with all the evil speedsters, and really make this final season awesome. So far it's been meh. The second episode was better, or third episode, sorry, was better. But we're only 3 episodes in. We only got 10 more to go, and then it's over. So I really hope with the
Oh wow.
I really hope with Red Death they are doing the dark multiverse, and it's not just going to be like an alternate Earth thing or something. I don't know. I really hope they do kind of play into it better. Who's your
one specific
cameo? One specific cameo. Who's your specific cameo?
Yeah, who's the cameo you're waiting for?
Yeah,
we're getting a lot.
Yeah, we know stuff. I don't care about being spoiled at this point. Just who are you waiting for? Now we wait in suspense. Like,
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing actually a lot of the cameos.
I'd be looking for a lot more if like the last Stephen Amell. Yeah. You know, I'm looking forward to Stephen Amell. It'll be cool to see him again as.
Is he gonna come back as the Spectre?
Nah. See, I seen the behind the scene photos, man, of him as Green Arrow. So, but I don't know how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I saw that.
But so that's what I have for like the Flash news. I love that show. I don't, like I told you before, man, I just don't care as much about the side characters anymore. And trying to be positive on things, I shared a picture with you. They are really trying to get me to watch Gotham Knights, man. They are really trying.
Yeah, the image that you sent me here, the masks look pretty good.
It looks better than what they tried to do in Gotham.
I must say.
And what we're talking about is Court of Owls. I mean, they had in the trailer the Talon, so it's not like we're hiding or spoiling anything. But man, Court of Owls, just come on, like you're trying to get me to watch this show. You got
man, that's good at it.
So
yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, we're gonna have to check it out. Like I said, I'm gonna have to jump in and just watch the final season of The Flash here and just suck it up that way. Like I'm gonna have to miss the 2 seasons there.
Let me sum them up for you. Barry ran, did some stuff, saved some people. Barry ran some more. Iris
was there.
Yeah. But
no, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Honestly, I think as the show has progressed, what they kind of should have done is have Barry do more of this stuff. They
had
there's so much drama. It was less of Barry figuring out the problems and his team doing it for him and him running.
At least
I know that's what it was for a while. It's the show the shows have to have that ensemble formula, and I just think it would have. I think it would have benefited to actually trim it down as it went.
You think? Because I'm right there with you. Because I agree wholeheartedly. I think it would have been amazing if
Like, especially for
they
somebody like Barry with the super speed.
right, like he doesn't need Team Flash as much anymore. It should be more about on him. And I feel like that's where all these shows on the last season get to. They build up an ensemble and they need to strip it back down. Going back to one of me and James's other, yeah, Team Flash does get more screen time than anybody. You're absolutely correct. They do not need to be up there the whole time. Back to one of James and I's other favorite shows, Supernatural. Poor cast, he was gone before the end of the series. I think like 2 or 3 episodes before the show ended, he was completely gone. So I think when the Flash ends, it needs to be like just Barry, Iris, and Joe. Or something like that. I just take it back to who's left from where it all began. So just saying.
I agree.
Let's get into some Superman and Lois. We're all waiting for Superman and Lois. Season 3 is coming. We got our first teaser poster, I guess you could call it, where we just saw the fortress in the distance. And that was cool. And then we got our second poster. And our second poster, James, you want to talk about the second poster for Superman and Lois? It's like probably the coolest poster they've ever done.
The black poster or the black poster or the fortress poster?
The black poster.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like the poster. You got kind of like the big head of Superman is the bigger silhouette, and then Lois, and then the kids, and it goes down. It looks like Metropolis might be on fire in the middle.
Right.
But they've got like Smallville, the porch up on top, and they've got Metropolis down on the bottom. The color, like it's a little better than the last couple of seasons. The really bright like white background and stuff.
Didn't like that one.
I think the colors and the silhouette, this poster looks really good.
Yes, it does. It looks great. Now they did release a trailer for this one. And the trailer was really cool because we saw a little bit more than the trailer we'd seen before. And I got thinking about some things with the trailers, like the new actor that's playing Jonathan. Part of me is like, man, they could have been really ballsy and done something where they went back to the idea of like the pre-crisis child of Jonathan, where it was one person, to where before the twins, and just cast this new actor to play the new Jonathan where there was no Jordan. So they changed it. Like someone came in and made it back to being like the pre-crisis one child they have. But that's just me being
Oh man.
But I want to see, because are you like, the trailer's really good. It gives us a little bit more, but it doesn't do more than the previous trailer had. Just some images of, Lara in the fortress saying, "Oh, a new fortress." Clark's like, "A fortress for everyone." It looks like there's some tension between Jordan and his girlfriend, Sarah. I think Kyle is on his way out. I hope there's not. I just don't want to be bogged down in their drama. Like, look, they're getting a divorce. Awesome. Let's get rid of him and let's have Pete Ross move back. So,
yeah.
So that brings me to.
They do get married in the comics.
So, have you heard the rumors, James, that there's a secret I guess people are villain that's being hidden that we don't know about who the villain's going to be for this season. Like we know Lex is there and we know that Bruno Mannheim, but the idea that there's a third villain, have you heard this? People guessing and speculating. Do you have a guess or speculate or a want of who the villain could be?
I haven't seen it. Just for the idea of like the light up, the one kryptonite scene in the trailer where it's like he's getting blasted by like a green beam or something. I mean, Metallo might be a route they could go on the show. And I have confidence with a lot of the different Metallo storylines they have out there that they could get one, you know, and at this point he could be an established Metallo, like Metallo coming back.
Okay. All right. I like that. That's cool.
It's an
Is that
idea.
is that who you'd want it
Trying
to
to
be?
think, you know, because like I'm just trying to think like, I mean, there's more there's more that I would like it to be. I mean, if they're gonna have Bruno Mannheim and Intergang, I mean, there's an obvious Apocalypse connection. Doesn't have to be Dark Side.
I've said this before. You've heard my pitch for like the crossover or whatever. I want like Mongol. Like do someone that hasn't been done, because Mongol
I
hasn't shown
do.
up in any live action.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think though. Like Mongol, that would be a pretty pricey thing to do. I definitely think they could do a war world out in space. They could pull off a digital war world. It'll look as real as Bizarro World did. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think I think there's ways to do it. I think you get an actor who's just a big dude, and then like you can use some CG enhancements and try not to make Mongol like do some force perspective stuff with him to make him look bigger. I don't want to see like Metallo because we got two different Metallos on Supergirl, and Superman on that show even fought one of them. I just don't want to see the same villain again. Like, let's give us something that's
right.
like,
Yeah, that
give us
makes
something that's
sense.
like, oh wow, that just like
The
throws me and shocks me.
Yeah, I mean, they did Despero on the Flash. They did King Shark, Gorilla Grodd. I mean, Mongol shouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
And after we
And Superman and Lois should have, because it does have a kind of backing by HBO.
Yeah, and they cut the episode order by 2, so they should have some extra money to throw in for effects and make something really good.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm sure it'll be better than the 300 episode of Smallville we got, which is fun though. I mean, that was the 10th season though. I mean, it was like what movie parody can we do this week? What movie parody can we do next week?
Yeah. I mean, hey, you're not lying. And Sean says here, Superman and Lois has a bigger budget than other CW show. It could be cool. Yeah, it could. I mean, it could be right on awesome. And so I want to ask you, James, just can you name, I won't even say 5 things, but if you can come up with 5 things that you would like to see in season 3 of Superman and Lois that are conceivable. I don't want no like crazy theories out here. Like Green Lantern shows up and, or Tom Welling comes in, anything like that. But just 5 things quickly you can think of that are conceivable that you'd like to see in
Right.
3.
I mean, well, if we got Mongol.
Poor James. He was so excited and he froze. I'll just wait here a minute here. This is Ohio weather for you people. Bad internet. Kills. But hey, we're going to wait on James. Here, we're going to go. Wait, he's coming back.
Okay.
James. There you are. You're back.
Yeah. I was going to say, what did you get from me?
Nothing.
Ah, damn. Okay. Well, if we were able to get like a War World and Mongol, I mean, that's one or two things. I mean, I would love to see that. If we got War World, we could potentially get John as a Green Lantern. That would be a good story crossover to do it on. Since you gave me those. Since we're bringing in Lex, I mean, I would like to say Connor because they're bringing in Lex, but we also do have Connor on Titans, but that's gonna be over when that comes up, and you don't want them running like concurrently whenever Titans Part 2 comes back.
Yeah, and I agree on Doomsday, Sean.
And Sean says any villain but Doomsday.
I agree. All right, here's mine. Okay. 1, I want Jordan to have a costume. 2, maybe the S to appear on the back of the cape because they teased that in an episode of season 2. 3, I want Steel to get a proper Steel looking costume. 4, Pete Ross to return and swoop Lana off her feet. And 5, I don't know. 5.
Tyler's been thinking about this question and he hasn't posed it to me, so it's like right on the spot.
5, I just want a really good finish, and I want more. 5, I want more Superman and Tyler Clark on screen, and less of the Cushings. I think Kyle's done. There we go. There's my 5. So I think James froze again. So we're going to do a quick commercial break, people. Hold on. Hey, can I get $1? Sure. That's what friends say, right? And we all know that we all have $1. We spend $1 on crazy stuff. We have a loose change around the house probably for $1. So why not help a friend out? The Krypton Report, of course, has a Patreon, like every podcast does. But unlike other podcasts where we're asking for a lot of money, we're just saying, hey, shoot us $1. $1 a month, help us keep the podcast going, and help us to bring entertainment to you. And you can hear the fun voices of me and James. So go to patreon.com/Krypton Report and give it a shot. Thanks. So there's my selfish plug for our $1 Patreon. It's a good time. It's fun. James and I, we do a special show on it. And we also, you'll see us do, we just finished, The Suicide Squad. So our last 2 episodes of movie commentaries were The Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 84. Which painfully we realized that Wonder Woman 84 is not a good movie.
Sadly.
I'm willing to hear anybody's thoughts on it, but going back, having not watched it for 2 years. We did it in January. Our goal was to do it in December, but life happens. Being 2 years since we saw it, it was tough. But yeah, it's just $1. We throw up some other shows that I do, movie pitch show, other conversation pieces, our Supernatural podcast, which will return at some point in time. It's just we have children, so it takes up a lot of time. But let's see. We'll get through some things. Recently, McFarlane released their Titans Build-A-Figure, which is cool, even though it built to being a Beast Boy. But then they released they're doing a different Beast Boy as a regular figure. Oh, wait. Sean's here. Wonder Woman 84 is a bad movie, but it does have some great superhero moments, like when Wonder Woman was flying at the end. I'll agree. It has some moments. It has one of my best lines in any DC comic book movie, said by Chris Pine. It is
We
the
talk about a
wonderful.
lot of the moments.
It is the wonderful. Well, shit, Diana. Best line in the whole movie. Best line in the whole movie. Let's see here. James, you're more of the gamer than I am.
Tyler.
What do you think about the news and images that we've got recently from the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League?
It looks really fun. Looks really, really fun. Very interesting the way that it's a guy. I haven't played Gotham Knights yet, so the way that they give people abilities to traverse the city, the way the way they do, looks interesting, just from a gameplay perspective. The news that you have to play it online, like single player and multiplayer, is it's a lot of games are kind of like that now, so it's not a big deal. But it might be fun to be able to play with multiple people, whether friends or randoms, if somebody's online.
Yeah, true.
I think the team aspect of it looks pretty cool.
I think it does look good. I'm not gonna lie, and I look forward to playing. Whenever we get a chance to.
The interesting thing about it is it takes place in the Arkham universe, and it's supposed to take place 5 years post Arkham Knight. With if anybody's played the Arkham Knight, knows how it ends. So how that ending will play into it, as well as fighting members of the Justice League. You're fighting everybody being controlled by Brainiac. So that'd be pretty wicked to fight the Justice League.
It will be. Here's something interesting that I saw advertised was someone posted they were at a shop and found an issue of The Death of Superman for $500. It was signed by Dan Jurgens and Jerry Siegel. I want it. I don't have to pay my mortgage for a month.
Yeah, I want
it.
Right. Yeah, that's worth it. I mean, I suppose that would be worth it, right? Man, that's you'll never get that, unless you find it and buy it.
And the only other big kind of news thing that I have is they just released the cover art for all the Superman 4K re-releases individually. And they do have nice, Sean. So as his original copies from 93. They are releasing the Donner cut on 4K. And like I told you guys, like I don't know. I don't want to buy the 4K box set yet. Because they're releasing the 4K to Superman 2 and Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut together. And I just don't want to buy the box set until technically I want the deluxe edition of Superman the movie. Added the gauntlet scene back in. Like that's my favorite cut of the film. And I love my Blu-ray box set. It has Superman the movie, the director's cut or whatever it's called. I can't remember all the cut names. Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, Superman 3, Superman 4, Superman Returns, and then all the bonus footage that's on it. If they would just re-release that in a 4K upgrade, then I would buy it. And throw Supergirl in there just for good measure. It'd be the ultimate like error of Superman on 4K. But yeah, that's all I got news wise.
Yeah, I mean, from the sound of it, I want that Blu-ray set because I have the DVD set that had come out previously. I want the Blu-ray set, but then I would have to like buy the Blu-ray and then the 4K, but probably just stick with the Blu-ray set.
Yeah.
There honestly there is only so good that um, a movie that was shot on film in 1978 can look.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to talk about the new comic-wise Superman #1. James, you got your copy?
I do have my copy.
Now, before we get into the details,
Show you the cover that it was my favorite cover that was available.
Nice. Yeah, I just got the regular cover. I really like the regular cover, but that's all my shop had.
The regular cover, they didn't have any more of them. So
weird.
Well, I had to add this. This was considered a different subscription. So I had to change them because some of the ones ended and then another one started,
Yeah.
And then a couple will be ending soon that'll be coming off. So but I should get the regular one moving forward.
Sean said Superman the movie looks really good in 4K. The transfer came out very nice. Cool. I just haven't bought it yet. Like I have Superman.
Okay.
I have 3 cuts of Superman the movie on Blu-ray. I have the regular theatrical, the extended, and then I have the 3-hour like TV cut or whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just not in a rush to buy the 4K. Like I said, if I get the box set, probably. But we'll see. I might be one day just like, you know what, whatever, and buy it. We'll see. But back to Superman #1. I really like this issue. It felt like classic good Superman in the best way possible. I do still think it's funny that Clark is like, grown and still like wears his Smallville hat and stuff. Like it's kind of weird when you see like a grown adult wearing their high school or hometown stuff. I don't know, unless you work there or something. Could just be me, but I just think it's always kind of awkward and funny. But
yeah, this issue's pretty cool. I'm kind of like, where does it pick up as a story with Luthor being in prison? Because he's out of prison in Action. He's not in prison. He was manipulating Metallo.
Is he out of prison? I thought he was
War World Tech.
I thought he was. For some reason, I was thinking he was.
No, he's at Luthor Corp.
Maybe. See, this is why I hate when the books don't catch up with each other. When they're supposed to be in continuity, but
this is post Lazarus Planet. This is Dawn of DC. So I'm caught up to Lazarus Planet as I can be for what's on Ultra.
Me too. And I feel like so far Lazarus Planet has all just been these
even the tie-ins with Monkey Prince.
Like all the Lazarus Planet stuff has just felt like more like these little short stories. I don't know. Maybe the next issue of Action will be him getting arrested or whatever. Because I kind of thought the last issue of Action was like Dawn of DC, but maybe not. I don't know. I hate when the books are slightly out of sequence when they're all supposed to be tying together. And it's just getting. I feel like it's getting hard.
Dawn of DC on it.
Maybe this comes after Action, the next issue of Action or something. I don't know. I hate when the books get out of like alignment, and it's difficult to try and keep.
Well, we got a new writer on this. We got Williamson and Campbell on the art.
So why don't you take us through the book, James?
Well, we get this nice classic Superman opening. This nice big old splash page. There is an attack downtown Metropolis, and it's live wire. Lex Luthor is talking to Superman because he just knows he can hear him. Superman says later that he has tuned his hearing to hear certain people at like almost all times, like John and Lois and Lex and stuff. A really funny moment here after Superman saves the day. He officiates a wedding.
I love that. It felt natural. And I like the little insert.
Yeah.
Like,
Love that he officiates the wedding and then he's like hanging out. Like Superman's at the reception.
I love the insert artwork, like here, like the Luthor ID, the badge, Jimmy Olsen on the next page, like these little inserts that they put in. I don't like Clark's new glasses. I don't like the round glasses.
Yeah. He's back to having a secret identity. That's something him and Lois talk about in this book, is kind of having he says, so much has happened since I returned. I'm trying to find my focus. I'm not totally used to our lives being back like this, but I'm happy. So their lives being back to having a secret identity. Last we left Perry, he had a heart attack. So Lois Lane is now the editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a nice little upgrade for her.
So it's definitely a new lane, pun unintended, for her to go down. For her character, some growth. For a long time she was she didn't know his secret identity, and then she was his girlfriend, then she was his wife, and then she was a mother. Now they're getting her kind of back into the business end,
Yeah. And then we have
we get some Lazarus Planet stuff. Something's happened at the Luthor Corp Tower, and it is Superman's symbol on a bunch of nanobots that create a gigantic Superman symbol on top of the Luthor.
On top of the Luthor building. James seems to be having some technical problems here, people. It's all good. That's what happens. But we found out Mercy Graves is basically Luthor has left. Now LexCorp now rebranded as Supercorp, and we get a little background about that to Superman to run, and every employee is now bearing his shield. And it's interesting because Lex basically has it's a different way of attacking Superman and making himself more of the figurehead for the shield. And let me see if I can get James back on here. It's like Luthor has done everything he can to always make Superman look bad, and now in a way He's doing it by aligning Superman with his company and once again corrupting or taking over his shield imagery, much like he did in Rebirth when he was flying around um, with this symbol on himself. So we have one of the most kind of in your face moments that actually angers Superman is when Lex shows up as a hologram parodying Jor-El. What do you think about that, James? Yo, James, what's up?
Hey,
Hey, what do you think about
how's
Lex?
it going?
What do you think about Lex showing up as a hologram like Jor-El?
I thought it's very egotistical. I mean, very Lex. Uh, it was ridiculous. It was a very ridiculous thing. It infuriated Superman. Like he's even got the L on his chest, like in a shield.
Yeah. So Superman, shoots off and goes, and Lex is trying to talk to him the whole time, and Lex goes to fight Parasite, and this is where the book kind of winds down. Is Superman's fighting Parasite, and he hears these voices saying "hungry," and it's like a pit of parasites, and they're all saying "hungry," and they take him down. And the last page is what throws me for the biggest loop of this. Basically, Lex tells Superman that he's not facing his enemies anymore. He's facing his, meaning Lex's enemies. But what do you think about the final page, James?
It looks like a
James's thoughts are so deep that we're in just suspended. Stupid internet. I apologize, people. This must be rough for all of us here. Just trying to get through a conversation. Poor James is having it worst of all. Just keeps dropping. So not really sure what it's going to have to do here, but what are your thoughts on this issue? Because that last page is pretty hardcore. Upon my first reading, I thought it was Superman, and they had like him dissected, and his arm was missing. But then further investigation shows me that it looks to be something else. And James, you there, buddy? Are you there, James? His block says he's here. There he is. So, what do you think about the last page?
So I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who that. It looks like Bizarro's on the table, but I don't know who the enemies are.
So, the Lex Luthor's villains is how I take it. People that we don't know that Lex maybe has been battling against in secret. And at first reading, I thought it was Superman, and I was freaking out. But then I noticed like the face looked, messed up. But then you can see the reverse symbol, so it is like Bizarro. So I was a little bit comforted that it was Bizarro.
Yeah, it looks like he's being dissected too.
Yeah, because his arm's missing. So I was really glad that wasn't Superman on the table.
So, and then we got Coming to Superman, Danger, Horror, Adventure. Jor-El told Krypton that it was doomed and no one believed him. This world is now also doomed. Will the people here believe you? Looks like Brainiac.
So
Continued in Dawn of DC.
I'm in. Are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
So
I've from what I've read of Joshua Williamson recently, I've enjoyed his writing, and he gets pretty fantastical too.
Yeah. Yes, he does. But we're losing James here, so thanks for tuning into our live, everybody. We appreciate it. Keep checking out the podcast, likes, comments, everything here. Me and James are going to go and beat up some, internet providers. So till next time, everybody.
Yeah. Yes, sir.